Judy. I got a sister named Judy. I got 11 brothers and sisters, 8 boys, 4 girls in the family. At any rate, what's the problem?
I'd like to never think about killing myself again. I don't want to think about it, ever.
Well, you've thought about it before.
Thought about it before.
Well, like how? With a gun or a rope or a knife or car, you know, or splattered, you know, up against a fuel oil truck. You know, just splat, you know, roast him, roast you.
Used to always think about hanging myself. Don't think about it in those terms
Now,
anymore.
here's a
Just don't
question.
want to think
Did
about it
you,
anymore.
when you thought of hanging yourself, did you think about taking a piss and shit before you hung yourself? Because when you hang yourself, you lose all your toilet training. You shit your pants and pee your pants. Good.
No, I used to go to, I used to be a reporter, and I used to go to inquests, and you used to hear all these details.
So you thought, by God, when I hang myself, I'm not going to shit my pants, and I'll wear Pampers also. So when,
So I'm not
how many times do you think you thought of killing yourself? 5,000, 6,000, 10,000?
10,000 or more, I suppose.
10,000 or
Lots.
more. Okay, by this, it's second nature to you
Yep.
now. Okay, I mean, yeah.
So I sort of,
You're sort of, okay, Judy, you ought to be killed. Right.
so I got to the stage now where I'm not going to do it. I know I'm not going to do it.
Well, no, you don't know. You hope you won't do it. You believe you won't do it. You pray. Do you ever pray?
No.
Oh, well, don't bother. Okay. You think of killing yourself much quicker and easier and, you know, more adeptly than you could pray. No. Oh, Lord, help me kill myself quickly. No, well, that'd be one. No. To whom it may concern, may I, yeah. How old are you?
40.
40. There's a lot of women who kill themselves before 40. Did you know that? Yeah. Yep. And they go, oh my God, I go be 40. I'm just getting all dried up and insides are rotting. You know. Feel worthless or useless or life is too much with us, getting and spending or whatever. Or did somebody dump you so hard you bounced? Yes?
No, when I was little, I used to think.
I'm
I
not
was
talking
worthless
when
and stuff.
you were little. I'm talking about 40 now in the last 5 years, where you dumped so hard, you know,
No.
you bounced, where you dropped like a bad habit. Did you have a boyfriend ever or a girlfriend?
No, I never had a girlfriend.
You never had a girlfriend?
Several boyfriends.
Several boyfriends. Were they all stinky? What if some woman said they're all stinky, loud, smelly, and what the hell else? I forget what else. I tried to write it
That applies
down.
to all men.
What's that?
That probably applies to all men, doesn't it?
Well, it does, especially if they've been drinking beers and
why the
eating
candles.
kielbasa Polish sausage. Jesus, God. They have paint peelers, you know what I mean? No, when they fart, no.
Why we need the candles?
Yeah, but see, the thing is, my research shows women fart just as much as guys, but more quietly. Oh, I want you to hear this passage of music. Yeah. Oh, not so loud. Oh, excuse me. Or let's go for a walk, George. You know, well, it's a little bit windy. Perfect day for a walk. She can fart at a pleasure. Just fart, putt, putt, putt around the park. You know. Yeah. Well, let's light. I just in the mood for a candlelit dinner. Oh God, candles again. You know about candles and farting and methane, right? Yeah. What would you do with your farts, you know, when you had a boyfriend? Did you have any special plan then? Or what?
I used to have a box of matches lying around.
Box of matches, huh?
Yeah.
There's something I used to like to went on matches, big kitchen matches. And yeah, those fuckers really burn. Get 3 of them together, boom, we're all right. Yeah. I got this teacher in therapy, and boy, did she have gas. I said, yeah, you're not going to pass wind in here, I hope, are you? For God's sakes. She said, no, she said. I said, is that a promise or just some idiot response, you know? At any rate, then she wanted to get this guy over for a romantic evening. And I told her, get candles and stuff. And she asked him what kind of food he liked. He liked the steak. And she said, okay, I'll make the salad. He'd bring the steak. She'd cook the steak. Did he want beer or wine? She said, I drink white wine. She found she afforded less with that, you know. So, anyway, yeah. And she wanted to bed him down on the living room couch, but she was afraid of she's going to be, you know, putting her way through the thing. So she took 5, count them, 5 enemas before he came over. Oh, God, well, your cheeks sort of sunken, you know, and well, front and rear, you know. The cheeks, cheeks. Well, then I asked her about it. She said, I didn't fart once. I said, did he? She said, yes. And see, just when you think you got one rat hole covered, bang, here comes another one. Oh, I said, well, what'd you do? You know, your eyes turned green and the air turned blue and you're gasping, you know. I think this is against the Geneva Conventions and stuff like that. She said, no. I said, well, she didn't mind his farts that much. Isn't that amazing? That's one of the, men say that's one of the major gauges to accept, trusting whether a female really likes you. Excuse me. Whoops. Oh, that's okay, Cecil. It doesn't bother me. Yeah, well, yeah. Now, when you thought of killing yourself, were you found hanging in some barn or your shower or something like that? Where did they find you?
Oh, in the woods somewhere, outside.
In the woods somewhere, outside. Okay, were you fully dressed or did you hang yourself nude? This is important.
Fully dressed.
Oh, yeah? In your favorite dress or corduroy pants like that type of stuff?
Normal clothes like this.
What?
Normal clothes like these.
Normal clothes likely. What's that mean, a dress or pants? Yeah, that. Okay. And did you, to make sure you went number 1 and number 2 before you, okay, all right, just checking, Use any little kind of maybe Tampax or whatever to catch the, overflow. This happens, okay? And when they come and pick the body up, the first thing you do with the female is stuff up the rear side with a bunch of big cotton swabs, and then up the front side too, so she doesn't leak. Did you know about this? Yeah. Okay. Did you take care of that before you strung yourself up? No. Okay, you got to have a wet job anyhow, boys. So well, here goes, right? That's thoughtless. Yeah. Sure. So most of your life you thought about killing yourself. Mm-hmm. So why haven't you to date?
Because I wasn't brave enough.
Wasn't brave enough. And I thought you were going to say, well, I was too busy to get around to it or something like that. Brave enough? A lot of suicide people I've worked with said they were too cowardly to go on living. That's different sides of the same coin. What aspect of life did you want to get rid of? Being lonely or failure or ugly or what?
All of those.
All of those things?
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, now this is a question for you. How would you rate your personal attractiveness? Beautiful, pretty, so-so, ugly, or vomit? This is important.
So-so.
So-so. Wow. Really? What did those boyfriends of yours, how did they rate you? So-so?
So-so, I thought.
Yeah. And how long did they last? Seeing you? 1 week, 2 weeks?
Years.
Years?
Mm-hmm.
Did you hang around the School of the Blind or something like that, or what? I mean, how did you keep them for 2 or 3 years? Were you sort of surprised at that?
My explanation to myself was that I was earning quite a lot of money.
You were only what?
Earning quite a lot of money.
You were?
Mm-hmm.
And so these blind guys wanted to latch on to a rich girl. Huh. Yeah? Which now you don't earn.
No.
No. So now you're a pervert. Jesus. What do you think? These blind guys would hang around you as long now that if they knew your bank account and your income stuff? You know, what the hell's this? You know, somebody looking at your, check stubs or something like that? Would they want to be around you as much?
Those guys wouldn't. Nice guys might now.
Nice guys? They're all married. Did you ever hear that? Yeah.
Playing the game.
What's that?
Or doing the other thing. Chasing girls.
Well, all right. That's the kind of, national pastime in every country for guys. Yeah, but a lot of times the gals are chasing them, too. Have you been chasing any guys recently?
Not recently, no.
What's that mean? Not in the last 10 days? How recent?
Not
Past
in the
year
last
or
year
two?
Year or so.
Year or so. And when you chase a guy, how do you do it? Do they even know that you're stalking them?
Yes, they usually know.
They usually know. You say, I don't have any money, but I'm chasing you. What? What'd she say? You're not going to believe it, Harry, what she said, so I'm not going to tell you. Yeah, you let them know that you're a pervert?
No, they know I'm chasing them.
Yeah, well, yeah, but it's one thing for a guy to be chased by a woman who's got some money, Show me the money. It's another thing to be chased by some love-starved pervert, female, types. This doesn't have the same ring to it. Mm-hmm. Well, what?
And 40 as well.
Well, yeah. Oh, excuse me. Menopausal, age 40, aging matron, with pervert. Jeez. Are you blushing?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, well, isn't that charming? The poor menopausal pervert, age 40, can blush. That's a little, it doesn't quite make a lot of sense because you figure by that time, what the hell, what's there to blush about, Do you still have things to blush about?
Being on stage makes me blush.
Forget them. The hell with them. Yeah. So what was the problem? You said you wanted to get over constantly thinking about suicide, something like that? Did you ever think of going out with some guy and making a pact with him, I'll hire you to kill me if you, that type of thing. People do it.
I wouldn't have done that.
Because? He would have asked for too much or something, or what? Well, I'd do it, but I don't want to, shoot you in the head with my .357 Magnum because I'd get my new shirt all bloody, stained. Yeah.
I think dying's a private thing.
That's a pile of crap. Where'd you get that idiot idea? Dying's a private thing. Of course, there were 120 million people who got blown to goo, and very publicly in the last 2 world wars. Private? The most common damn thing there is. Now, going to the toilet's supposed to be private, but a lot of times it is, because it's more important than death. I mean, death, the hell, they're just dying like flies in November, Do you ever think of how many corpses pile up on the earth in 1 month? Hell, 1 day. Hundreds of thousands.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of rotting meat, you know. Well, it makes a fellow want to just think about taking stock in a formaldehyde company, you know. Well, I mean, you know, something that's in constant demand, that's used frequently, every single day, you know, yeah. You're not married. You're not hooked up with anybody.
No.
You got family still living?
Mm-hmm.
Father, mother, sister, brother?
Parents, 3 sisters.
What's that?
Parents and 3 sisters.
Parents and 3 sisters. No sons?
No.
Well, all right. Are the other girls a little suicidal also in the family?
Yes, my older sister is.
Oh, yeah? Oh, well,
other 2
that,
sisters
it's
are.
nice to have company, you know. Want to kill ourselves together? Yeah, well, get a stout contract, get a stout limb, you know, if you're going to both hang from the same limb. Yeah. She old. How much older is she?
2 years.
42 and 40. After, you know what, after the first 4 decades of them, they're about the same age, you know. If they're within 5 years, that's close enough for government work. Well, when do you think you're going to do it?
I'm not.
Yeah, but you've probably thought of that before, you know. Yes, well, no, I want yet, and I'm gonna yet, no, oh no, and you know, back and forth, and you know. How do you know sometime you might just, you know, accidentally on purpose? Do you ever think of that? People do, you know.
I
No.
used to think about that, yeah.
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 Load up a gun, or want to tie the knot, learn how to tie a hangman's knot, and get on rickety chairs, and then I'll get down after I tie this thing to the door. Blip, slip, bang, snap goes the neck. It's over. Twitch, 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 you know. Ugh. And then since she didn't go popo and pee-pee before, oh, God, planning. So many times the person plans and plans and plans and says, okay, we're calling the picnic off. And then finally we have the hanging picnic and that happens.
Mm.
Yeah. Do you have your cemetery plot picked out yet?
No.
Did you think of doing that?
No.
It's called pre-planning, you know.
There isn't room to bury any more people in this country.
Well,
Everyone
all
gets
right, you
cremated.
get yourself, you know, cremated, you know. Yeah. Spread your ashes on some cinder path or something, or some horse path, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, jeez, oh, God, you know, that was Judy. She just shat all over. Oh, boy. I've told this to a bunch of people, but one of my nephews, 37 nephews, nieces, he was a pilot and stuff like that. So this guy, a young guy, comes to him and says, could I rent a plane for an hour? And he says, yeah, well, what, with you as a pilot? He says, yeah, okay, what's the... Well, our grandmother died, and she wanted her ashes to be spread over the lakes and the forests of the Ozark Mountains in southern Missouri. And so he said, okay, we'll bring her out, and, you know, the urn out on Monday and stuff, and we'll take off about 7:30, 8 o'clock between the... By us, so they got, you know, 1 mile up and stuff, and okay, you can open the window and pour Grandma out. So he unscrews the thing, and he opens the window, and he pours Grandma towards the propeller. The thing wafts every last grain of Grandma back into the cabin, and Sean, Kevin's nephew, said, you know, that just Grandma wiped out all my instrumentology because it was a thick, greasy, you know, bunch of ashes all over. Oh, God. And it was up their noses and in their eyes and in their mouth. Bang, and in their ears. Yeah, gritty, greasy ashes. Ah, fuck. Finally, they landed and stuff like that. And he said Grandma ended up in a shop vacuum in the hangar. So if you're going to get your ashes spread, pour them backwards towards the tail of the plane, not in front. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. Do you think it would? Were you thinking of getting cremated and having your ashes spread or something?
You can just get cremated and just leave them where they are. It's allowed.
Just leave.
You can.
Out in the
sleep them out at the end
dumpster or
of the day,
something.
and the dumpster will take them at the end of the
Yeah,
day.
right. Excuse me, could you take, Judy? What? No. Yeah, just sprinkle them around. Judy was talking about, she said, I want to just spread my ashes around the backyard. I said, yeah, and then when I'm doing, mowing the grass, I said, excuse me, Judy, excuse me, fuck it, you're not going in the backyard. Out somewhere in the woods. How long do you think it's going to be before your ashes are spread, either because you offed yourself or whatever?
Fingers crossed, touching wood. 120 years.
Stop already. Is your mother still alive?
Mm-hmm.
How old is she?
Late 60s. Not exactly.
How's her health?
Good.
Dad alive?
Yeah.
How old is he?
A couple of years older.
Everybody in the family know about our problem today, or
Absolutely not, no.
Oh, they
Sorry.
don't? What's that?
No, no.
Oh,
No.
because? No, I heard you. No, okay, because? Why didn't you let the family in on the secret? What? Then you could have a little picnic or something out in the woods, Yeah, what? It's an idea, And I'd like, for my last request, I'd really like a chocolate and coconut cake. What do you think? They could all celebrate your, instant demise, or instantly pending demise, A lot of people do it that way. They tell the family, it's just pushing the big panic button, Then others smiling, here, you want my bracelet? I won't be needing it anymore. What do you mean you won't be needing it anymore? This type of stuff. Next thing you know, okay, there she is. Strange fruit hanging from the poplar trees, as Billie Holiday used to sing. She did. That's when they were lynching blacks down south, Are you going to will your body to medical research, what there is of it, Yes or no?
No.
Why not?
They don't take them anymore, apparently.
They don't take them anymore?
No, they've got
Well, what?
sufficient.
They got to have, what's that?
They say they've got sufficient, and they don't.
Sufficient.
Yeah,
Well, maybe
don't take them anymore.
they just start insulting. They don't want your type of body or something. That's what I mean, Would you please take my body? Nobody else wants it, and I don't want it anymore either. No man wants it. I don't know. God, there's that gal out there again wanting to donate her body to medical science because she doesn't have a boyfriend. Ooh. Any of the other girls got boyfriends, incidentally, in the family?
One of them has, yeah.
One?
Mm-hmm.
Mom's got dad, and then one of them, your older sister?
I'm not sure whether she'd say she had a boyfriend or not.
Well, she's a little menopausal, and she's thinking of suicide too, or something like that. Is that right?
I don't know her. I don't know enough about her to know.
You don't, because you don't talk to them much or anything.
I don't talk to her if I can avoid it.
No. Oh. Well, you could next time you see her, something. Hi, or call her on the phone. Do you know how to get in touch with her by phone?
No.
Well, you can find out from
find out,
Mom,
yeah.
for Christ's
I could find out.
God, Judy, you just... All right, you call her up and say, I'm just thinking about you and thought we could chat a little bit. Well, I don't have much time, but this won't take much time. I'm going to kill myself Thursday. That's kind of a crowd grabber in the trade. Tends to get families' attention. Did you have a history of successful suicidal, attempts, and then, police come and an ambulance and you get to...
No.
All right, so you didn't do that kind of a thing, yeah. In one case referred to me by this psychiatrist who was worn out. 24 hospitalizations for suicidal attempts. And I mean, this guy really tried to off herself. 24, he was pooped. Yeah.
Time.
What, Judy, Judy? Judy. What?
What?
What? What are you thinking? What are you feeling?
I'm just confused and puzzled.
Yeah. That'll do. Okay, let's talk to them.